Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is the 19th tutorial in this course, and in this tutorial we're going to talk about implicit type conversion in PHP. Now, implicit type conversion, as the name suggests, is type conversion that happens on its own, right? It's performed automatically by PHP for us. Now, it's not something that we should rely on. Like, if we ever want to convert a variable from one type to another, then we should always use explicit methods and not implicit methods. But then in certain cases, PHP, does it intelligently for us. So we're going to check out a couple of those instances in this file. So I've got the file implicit.php opened up in my text editor notepad++. On line number 6 I have the opening PHP tag, line number 16 I have the closing tag, and then got really simple code. There's nothing fancy in this code. So I have created a variable called var on line number 7, and I have assigned to it the string value 100. So this is not the number 100, but it's the string value 100, and I know that this is a string value because I've enclosed the number 100 within double quotes. Now there is a function in PHP called getType, which is one of my favorite functions in PHP, and this function allows you to check the data type of a variable, and we're going to use this function probably a lot later on, but for the time being, let's just see how it works. So I have used it along with the echo statement, and it's a very simple function. You type the text get type, and then within parentheses you pass in the name of the variable, the value of which you want to check. So I want to see the data type of the variable var, so I would pass in var as an argument to the function, and if the value is of string type, then it would return string. If it's of integer type, then it would return integer. Now we're going to check out the output of this file in a minute, but let's talk about the rest of the code, and then we're just going to talk about the output once. So on line number 9 I have tried to change the value of the string variable var, and I have tried to add 10 to it. Now is this possible? The variable does have a number, but it's not in numeric form, it's in string form. So is it possible for us to add 10 to it, or subtract a value from it, or perform any kind of mathematical operation on it? Well, PHP checks the content of the variable for us. So it looks into the variable, and it says that, hang on, I know that this is a string variable, but then it has digits in it. So maybe what I should do is convert this to a number and then perform some mathematical operation and then save it as a number and not as a string. And that is what happens, and this is why this is called implicit type conversion, because this happens on its own. So PHP would convert this string value 100 to numeric 100, it would add 10 to it, take the total to 110, and then it would save that value in the variable var again, but it would also change the data type of the variable var to integer from string. So if you would again use the getType function on this variable, as I have used on line number 11, you would see integer in the output instead of string this time, right? And then on line number 12 I have created a variable called num. I have given to it the value 2014, which is a numeric value, it's not a string value. And I've created another variable on line number 13, and this one's called str, and it takes in two string components, right? The first one is a string component, I know, because I have this value in double quotes. So I have the text, the current year is, and then there's a space after is, and then I've used the concatenation operator, and I have appended the value that's present in the variable $num to this string. Now when I try to do this, like in this case PHP converted the string to number, in this case it's going to convert this numeric value 2014 to string value 2014, and then just put it in the string, and it's going to save the entire string value in str, and it's going to keep the data type of the variable str to string. So if I would echo out the variable $str, I would see the current year is 2014, and when I would use the getType function on it, I would see string in the output, right? So let's open this file in the browser. I actually already have opened up. So I see string on the first line in the output window, and that's because the data type of the variable var initially, it had a string value, so the data type is string indeed, and then it converted it to a number and added 10 to it, so we see 110 when we echo out the value of the variable $var, and then we check the data type of the updated variable, and now we see integer. So it has not only just added just converted the value on the go and added a number to it, it has also saved it as a number. Then we see the value of the str variable. The current year is 2014, and when we check the data type of the variable str, we get string in the output, right? So it is saved it as a string. So that's it about implicit type conversion. In the next tutorial, we're going to talk about explicit type conversion, the kind of conversion that we can force PHP to do, and that's also equally useful. And implicit type conversion is something that we should not rely on much. A lot of times, like for such basic things, okay, fine, you could rely on PHP, but then if there is something even marginally complicated that you are expecting PHP to do, then it makes sense to use programming concepts or some function or some method to do those things yourself manually instead of relying on PHP, right? So I'm going to see you in the next video. I hope you guys had fun watching this tutorial. You may subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you soon. Take care.